welcome to episode 101 of Drew Sports Crew here on this Tuesday morning. Myself, Drew Skyberg, back here again. Not recording yesterday. I had all four wisdom teeth taken out Friday afternoon. So had to take an extra day as my mouth it's very inflamed, very sore. So working through it, but feeling good, and I'm excited to be back here. Talking some sports. So, with that, we also have another. I got another episode coming tonight, and in this episode, you guessed it, it's Journey to Million. So, I'll be bringing Zach Roush, Jared Valesky along, and we'll be talking we're gonna be talking football, probably a lot of Colts. In Steichen now the Colts head coach, so guarantee it. We'll be talking. We actually already have Zach and I are predicting how quick Jared will bring up the Colts tonight. So I have those times up here. I'm intrigued to see who wins that. So stay tuned. You can see who wins that. But I'm back. Is the big thing. So excited to get going here, and just bear with me if talking wise you can see a little bit of inflammation, but here we go. Okay, so let's talk, right? We're going to go through the Eastern Wisconsin Conference. We had two new 1,000-point scorers in the same game for the same team this week in the Eastern Wisconsin Conference. Also, we had a guard in the conference commit to Lakeland. And we just had actually a Lakeland athlete on, Robbie Michael, who's on the basketball team. So we'll talk more about that here later in this episode. Also, we got to talk, when I say Wisconsin sports, it's been a lot of Milwaukee Bucks, but, we're starting to get baseball vibes. Big thing is, right, later in this month, we'll have some spring training games going on. We'll have some split squad action and such, but really the exciting thing right now that I've been paying attention to, actually just came out today. Brewers are working on extending their lease to stay in Milwaukee at American Family Field through 2023. So that's a 13-year extension. So that's what we want to hear. Also, some news about funding for Entertainment District. So I'm excited to see that. And I'll talk more about that later in the episode. But let's get going here. Eastern Wisconsin Conference girls basketball. We'll start there. And we'll talk about what's going on there. So the brackets are out for girls basketball, but we're going to focus mainly here on the remaining conference action, right? Brilliant's got the conference championship locked up now. They're 13-0 in conference, 18-4 overall. Kiel then is in second place. Second place is up for grabs, and there's some teams that are making a surprise run here. Kiel 8-5 in conference, 14-9 overall. New Holstein 8-5 in conference. They've lost two straight, 11-12 overall now. Sheboygan Falls 7-6 in conference. They're on a 3-game win streak. They have the tiebreaker, I believe, over Valders, or they split that, I think. So maybe not, but they're 14-8 overall. Valders then is 7-6 in conference, 12-11 overall. Chilton 6-7, 12-9 overall. Roncalli 2-11 in conference, 4-18 overall. And Two Rivers rounds it out 1-12 in conference, 3-19 overall. Ali Kakis, and there's a two people, in the race for that scoring title. It's Ali Kakis, Alice Kakis. They're 22.5 points a game for her. Grace Shizzle, though, now 21.8, 0.7 points per game to go with this amount of sample size is pretty tough to do, but it's certainly doable. And then Emma, it's really those two, as Emma Edelman in third with 17 a game, Addison Schwely 16.5, Megan Schumann 16.1. And then Alsa Kakis with rebounds 12.5, Addison Schwely with 12, Peyton Gorenzer 11.6. Mackenzie Schrader 4.4 assists, Alsa Kakis 4.2, Alyssa Wolfelt 4.2. So those are your stats and standings. We got some games coming up. So we had action last night. Valders took care of Little Chute, 81-29 there, and that was at Valders. Winnebago Lutheran goes to New Holstein and get the job done for the Huskies, 73-66. However, we got some games tonight. Or we have one game tonight, sorry. Berlin and Wrightstown Should be a good one at Wrightstown. At the game against 7 o'clock tip. We have some conference action on Thursday, starting with Chilton traveling to Kiel. And then for other games, we have New Holstein going to Valor. Should be a good one. We got Roncalli to Sheboygan Falls. Then we got Two Rivers to Brillion. Chilton and Kiel should be a good one as well. I'm looking at those two games. I'm intrigued to watch how those two pan out. Again, that's at Valders, New Holstein Valders, Chilton and Kiel. And then we don't have any games till next Tuesday, where we got some non-con and or we have Campbellsport and Kiel, and we have Two Rivers, Sheboygan Falls. So we have a conference game thrown in there, maybe a makeup game or something. And Denmark and Chilton, also including Roncalli, Shiocton, Valor, St. Mary Springs. Actually, that's already playoffs. Is that not? That's already. Yeah, it's already playoffs next week. My apologies. Because we're already. It's crazy how fast the season flies by. I mean, I just looked at the calendar next week. Yeah, next week we start the brackets for the girls here. So that's going to be interesting to see. So I can give you those matchups here right away. Of course, right, Brilliant getting that bye. And okay, here it is. So your games. Let me load them all in. Or we do still have some games next week. Why is the schedule here? I got it up here. I got the brackets up. So the games start. Yeah, the games do start next week. I did have it right. But it starts. So we have to go to Division 4 now, right? That's where a lot of the teams will find where they are. And we'll find Roncalli got the 11. They're going to play Shiocton the 6. And that game's all again on Tuesday. Tuesday, February 21st is those regional games. And then it goes Tuesday, Friday, Saturday, as we know. So February 21st, that's again next Tuesday. We already have those games. And then on the other side in Division 4, if we want to find where Valders and those other schools are. So we'll go to Laconia and over there, and we'll find a lot of these schools. So we'll find Valders, right? Valders got the 9, an unfortunate spot to be because the 9 is where you have to travel that Tuesday, and then if you win, so they gotta go to St. Mary Springs. If you win, you play number 1 Laconia at Laconia. But then we also have Howard's Grove who got the 5, and they're gonna play Kohler the 12. Winner plays Sheboygan Lutheran. But I'll go down. We can get some more. It's interesting. So again, computer generates the seedings now, and also the groupings are different. So a grouping of Valders, right? Valders is region here, but their section includes. Well, this is what blows my mind. New Holstein and Manitowoc Lutheran. They're the 7 and the 10 in the other section here, and they get thrown in with. The winner has to go to Randolph, but then it gets better. Partyville in this section. Why is Partyville in this section? I don't know. I just feel like this section was poorly thrown together. Again, it's really tough with how a lot of the regions and a lot of divisions have changed. But again, these are Tuesday games. I just want to highlight that. Important to keep note of. And then if we go to Division 3, that's where we're going to find the other schools. As we know, a lot of change in the divisions over these last few years. And we'll go to the this region here where we have so Freedom is on top of there's the two sections. We do have Brilliant though. Brilliant got the 3, but they're not in. They're with Utzberg. Utzberg's the one in their area. So if they were to make it to the sectional final, they'd play Freedom and go to state. But who's all in this, you may ask? Chilton got the 7. They're going to host a home game. They're going to play Denmark the 10. Two Rivers got the 11. Sheboygan Falls the 6. So the winner of that game on Tuesday, Two Rivers and Sheboygan Falls, is going to match up against Brilliant. Kiel got the 5. So they host Campbellsport. They play Kettle Moraine Lutheran the 4. So there's that. We'll get the boys coming out next week. Then the bracket on that. Sorry, how it was listed on here, it was interesting because it says that they have a Thursday game, February 23rd. Not sure what's going on. I had the boys up also with that, but okay, now I got it. The girls is updated here on with sports, so we're good. But keep that in mind. Those games start next Tuesday already, um, and computer seating again. So I didn't see as many discrepancies or many disagreements as last year, right? I mean, last year there's many, especially on the boys' side. So we'll wait and see on that. But the girls' bracket I think is fine. It's interesting though. Brilliant again. What's the record, right? They are 18-4. They're 13-0 in the EWC. They get a 3 seed. I know many people aren't a fan of that, but hold on, we just had some lag going on. Okay, we're good now. It's been an interesting morning here. Wow. But yeah, there we go. There's your girls section or playoff brackets for state. Again, state then or those games get finished. We have the state matchups decided already Saturday, March 4th. So it's crazy how fast the girls' season flies by here. We'll go to here now. On the boys' side, here we go. So they're like a week behind or so. We have Brilliant 11-0 in conference, still 20-0 overall, still undefeated. Kiel 10-1 in conference, 19-2 overall. Valor's 7-4 in conference, 13-6 overall. Collie 6-5 in conference, 8-13 overall. They're on a 3-game win streak though. Chilton 3-8 in conference, 7-12 overall. Two Rivers 3-8 in conference, 7-13 overall. Holstein 2-8 in conference, 3-17 overall. Point Falls 1-9 in conference, 1-16 overall. Your scoring leaders: Jeremy Lawrence 21.6 a game. Pierce Arns in second, 19.5. Cole Hovey 18 a game. One of the new 1,000-point scorers. Max Miller 16.2, and then Brady Richards 14.8. Grant Munns then on the rebound side 12.8. Jeremy Lorenz 11.8. Cole Hovey in third with 8. Parker Brown leads the conference in assists. He was the one who committed to Lakeland, so congratulations to Parker on that. 6.8 assists a game. Pierce Arns with 5 assists. Will Fierberger 4.6. So big news, right? I mean, to mention. So it was Valders had 2 1,000-point scores in the same game on Saturday. We had Jackson Olsen hit 1,000 right away, and then we had then following up, Cole Hovey got it near the end of the first half. So pretty cool there. I mean, two guys who have played together, their whole life, both get 1,000 together in the same game. So pretty cool stuff there. And again, Parker announcing his commitment last week. Very exciting stuff. But we have a matchup we got to talk about tonight on the boys' side. It's at Kiel, and it features Brilliant and Kiel. This game, as crazy as it sounds, right? You might not expect this, but this game could be for Kiel. They win. They would share the EWC title if both teams went out. And Kiel already played Valders twice. So, the odds of that would be pretty likely. Brilliant already played Valders twice as well. So, what do you guys think? I mean, I think this is gonna be a good one. But we also at the same time when they played at Brilliant, I mean, Brilliant was the better team, right? I mean, they were the better team by a lot, but also Kiel. We talked about this when this game took place. Kiel didn't play their best ball at all. Kiel did not play, the Kiel basketball standard. So I'll definitely have this game on tonight, 7. Be monitoring what's going on, but I'm hoping for a good game, and that's what we want to see. Because our boys' playoff has not been decided, and right, the computer again decides that. So we'll have to keep that in mind when we're looking at those seedings. Chilton, Sheboygan Falls is the other conference one Tuesday. There's more tonight. Two Rivers, New Holstein, Valders, Roncalli. That Valders, Roncalli at the Jet Hangar. Valders has lost 2 straight. Granted, right, the schools they played, but Roncalli again has been playing well. Again, Brilliant Kiel is your obvious game of the night here, but Valders, Roncalli is a really close. It's a close second. It's gonna be a good one. And then right, Two Rivers, New Holstein, Chilton, Sheboygan, your other two. Friday we got more non-con game or not more conference games. Kiel and Chilton. New Holstein Valors, Roncalli Brilliant, Sheboygan Falls, Two Rivers. Your probably best game might be. Yeah. It probably will be Sheboygan Falls, Two Rivers. If you're looking at that. We do have a game Saturday also. We have New Holstein, Sheboygan Falls, so that could be a makeup game. Next Monday, we have some non-con games. I'll talk more about those next week. But then we start the playoffs then next week is what I meant to say. Last game of the regular season is Randolph going to Valders on a Saturday, February 25th. Looks like. So there you go. There's the EWC talk. Again, brackets out in the girls. Always good to see where teams are ranked on that. But we'll talk more again when boys is released next week. So again, thank you to wissports.net for all the information. Again, that link will be down below. That's WSN. So thank you on that. Let's talk Milwaukee Bucks here. Big news, right? Milwaukee Bucks are winning games, and they're winning games consecutively a lot. The win streak's at 10 now. They sweep a West Coast road trip. I moved them to number 1 in the power rankings. It was finally due. I'm almost ready. And when I say almost, it's very unpopular. It's because what Jokic has done. I almost ready to move Giannis to number 1 on the MVP ladder. And I think the stretch he's had, again, it was concerning with the games he was missing. I'm still worried about, right, how many games is he going to sit out, because he can't play. In my opinion, I don't think a guy who plays 55 games in the regular season, which he's going to play more than 55 games, but if he were to sit out a lot more games, if it starts adding up to like 20-something games, I hesitate putting that guy in the MVP, as an MVP. I want to see a guy who's playing consistent throughout the year. I'm fine with sitting out back-to-backs. If you're playing, you miss like 17 games, 15 games, that's fine. But when we start talking 20 or more, that's where I get like, I get a little concerned. So, but when Giannis has been out there, like, come on, that West Coast trip, look what he did, back-to-back games, Los Angeles, LA. That game, that for me was like, that moved him up more by a lot. And I love this stretch here of primetime games we got. Like, we're just spoiled right now. So we have tonight, 6:30, TNT. We have Boston, right, at home. And then 6:30 on Thursday at Chicago, another TNT game. Awesome. And then, of course, the All-Star game. Then we have Celebrity Game Friday. We have All-Star Weekend then. Love that. But then next Friday, ESPN. And then next Sunday, ABC against Phoenix. So, love to see a lot of ABC games coming up. So be ready for that. So, but really the Milwaukee Bucks getting Jay Crowder for 5 seconds. You making some space on the roster by giving up guys like Hill, Nora, Ibaka to Indiana. Also having to attach a second. I'm fine with giving up second round picks. I believe the thought behind it, right? The odds of getting a second rounder who pans out, like not even succeeds, like pans out, like plays replacement level basketball, is pretty slim. Like there's not many second rounders who actually like pan out as like role players even. So I think it's important to note that second rounders are, there's a drop off. Like it's, even in like a dynasty football league, right? The drop off from a second round to third round is pretty intense, let alone I have a league where we're doing a third to fourth round drop off. It's pretty steep. So that usually those top 30 picks, right? And those first round picks are going to be your most valuable. So if you can go through and not give up a first for a player, I love it. So kudos to the Bucks on that move. And we saw a lot of second round picks go. We saw a lot of firsts go. I liked what happened in the deadline. I was happy to see, players, some players got into better situations, and I think for fantasy value too, helps them out. But, for the Bucks though, Middleton, again, working in those minutes. He did sit out Friday. But again, that's expected back-to-back. I'm not expecting him to play back-to-backs yet. I would like to see him play both of these games, Boston, Chicago. Then, of course, we have that break. He's not going to be an All-Star weekend. Drew Holiday and Giannis both will be, though. So excited to see that. But, it's going to be some good games tonight. I'm hoping Bucks can continue that win streak. Jaylen Brown sounds like he's out for Boston. So I think the Bucks can pull this off. So that's the Bucks talk. I want to keep it brief here. Right, All-Star Weekend's coming up. Not a lot of games to preview. So we'll talk, right, the Milwaukee Brewers, that big news coming out with just this morning with extending that lease. And I actually saw a tweet that I wanted to highlight. So Travis Wilson, right, of WSN, Wisconsin Sports Network, tweeted a great thought was the following, talking about what if, right, the Brewers, if they're asking for public funding here, why not have state, just going to WIA here, talking back high school here, a little backtrack. Why do we not include, the state basketball or state baseball games? Why don't we play those at American Family Field? We don't have to fill them up, right? I mean, Camp Randall's not filled up for football. Why not give the right, the athletes, that kind of experience, right? Why does it have to be a single A park, right? I mean, why does it have to be over there? Why can't we go to American Family Field? Because if they're asking, again, $290 million, I mean, that's a pretty big chunk of change they're looking for. So I think it's a great idea by Travis Wilson of Wisconsin Sports Network. So again, that's right. You can find WSN down below, but just a thought, right? Because again, extending at least through 2043, it's important because 2030, when they last extended the lease, it was like, okay, 2030, we got a lot of time. So now, it's approaching here. There's also some club 2-year options in the current proposal, but like it would require those club proposals, like it would take those away and to be through 2043. The club would also commit to its to spending, right, for future projects. So I don't know. I'm looking forward to this. So I mean, I just want to highlight that we don't know much about it, right? Because this is, again, Tony Evers, governor of Wisconsin, is a part of this proposal process as the club asks for some funding. So I'm hoping, right? I mean, and I like what Evers has said. We're excited to see funding here. I just hope the discrepancy, right? I don't know how much really they're asking for. But I think this is important, and I mean, we know this is important, and I'm glad that it's getting recognized as really an important thought. And again, spring training start up soon, so we have those coming out. And again, of course, the Brewers season preview. I'm looking forward to that. So the pitchers and catchers, they first work out. That's already Thursday. Like, I'm serious. It's 2 days from now. The full squad first workout next Tuesday, 1 week from now. Next Saturday is the first game, and it's on Bally Sports. So I'll be watching next Saturday at 1 or 2:10. We'll have some spring training baseball on, and then we have some split squad games on next Sunday. So already late February, we're getting into the swing, and then March is full of spring training games. It's gonna be different from last year. Remember the lockout, and then we had to wait. Oh, that was not ideal. But baseball is almost here. As crazy as it is, it's basketball's been a lot of fun, but it's going to be good to have baseball back. Football, of course, just wraps up. We'll talk Super Bowl later today, right? We'll be talking a recap through that one. Journey to Million. So that's the sports talk here. I guess announcements wise, before we wrap up, again, 3:15 later today, Journey to Million will be coming your way. All of the basketball crew come in later this week. Preview slate higher lower we'll be talking about. So I was actually showing off the lineup this week. What we got going on here with Fantasia is they ran a Super Bowl promo. You could choose any player, for fantasy points over under. It's called higher lower though. So are they going to get higher than that or lower? And if you got a 3 or 4, you 5 times your money. So 10 went to 50, 5 went to 25. Right? I mean, it was an awesome promo. Many took advantage. Had some winners, right? Some listeners entered in. They were winners. So the link is on the link, and you can find that link down below. Get signed up there. Also deposit match, first time up to $50. A lot of great things going on with Fantasia. Um, I made a contest last week, filled up right away. So for NBA, so I'll be making a new one later this week. But I'll up it to 15. I'll get more spots in and get more people in it then hopefully. So they want to exclude some people, but I just want to make sure everyone has a chance to play. So that's all I got here on again this Tuesday morning. Thank you again for bearing with me with the wisdom teeth. A lot of pressure right now on the jaws. So I'll wrap it up for myself, Drew Skyberg, on this Tuesday morning. Thank you all for listening to yet another episode of Drew's Sports Crew, the perfect podcast for you.